Hello and welcome to the video tutorial explaining how to complete online registration for Richmond Burton High School. After you visit the school website and log in to Skyward Family Access, you will be taken to a screen that looks like this. Please keep in mind that you must complete registration for each student that you have in your household. You can change the student listed by dropping down the drop-down list at the top of the screen. When you're ready to begin, you can click on Section B, Start Registration for the named student. When you're taken to the online registration screen, there are 10 steps to complete, and then a final step when all steps have been completed. Please go through each step that's listed one at a time to complete online registration. The first step, Verify Change Student Demographics, will be utilized by clicking on this button. After you click on Verify Information, you are taken to the student verification screen. Please review all screen data to make sure that it's accurate and up to date. Home phone numbers, email addresses, countries of birth, primary addresses. You will note that there is more additional information by scrolling down the screen. If you do find that you need to change information, you'll click the Request Changes buttons next to each section. Once you click on the Request Changes button, you will be taken to a screen that looks similar to this. When you request changes to student information, you can input anything that is different. Last name, first name, birth dates, phone numbers. Once you are done changing the information, you will hit the Save button. After you hit Save, you're taken back to the Verify Student Information screen, where you can continue on requesting changes if needed. If reviewing the screen you find that there are no changes to be made, click on the Back button at the top of the screen. After you've completed verifying student demographics, you will need to check the box next to the step to enable Step 2. This is required every time you complete a step. The boxes do not check automatically and must be manually checked by you. The next step is the military and publicity release statement. If you do not wish to have military release, check this box, otherwise check release, and the same is applicable for publicity release. Check yes if you wish to allow use, click decline if you do not want that use for publicity. Make sure that you read each section for clarification. As the parent and guardian, each form is going to require that you put in your full name as a signature verification for the form. Type in your name and click Save to continue on to the next step. The next step is validate ethnicity and race. As federal law, each year you must verify your child's ethnicity and race. This letter will outline that federal law, and if you have any questions, you can always contact the front office. Click on Continue to move on to the next screen. The next screen is where you will validate the ethnicity and race. You will notice that Hispanic or Latino is no longer considered a race, so you must answer, is your child Hispanic, Latino, or if they aren't, or if they are Hispanic or Latino. Down below, after you've completed that section, is where you're going to pick the race of your child. When you are completed, click on the Save button to save these changes. The next step is your residency affidavit. Per school law, you must verify that you are an actual resident of the school district and that all information that you submit is accurate. Make sure that you fill in your parent and guardian signature by filling in your full name and hit Save to continue. The next step is HIPAA. HIPAA form will authorize us to look at information such as immunization and school physicals and health records. Fill in your full name here in the parent guardian signature box to accept the terms of this form. If you do not fill in your name here, you are not authorizing HIPAA for your child. Click on the Save button to continue to the next step. The emergency release treatment form allows school personnel to call and apply emergency required medical attention in case your child has an accident here at school during attendance or during school functions. By signing this form, you authorize the emergency treatment release, fill in your full name, and click on the Save button. The health information screen is where you will fill in any concerns and explanations of health-related items for your child. You'll notice that the signature box is at the top of the screen. Fill in your full name to consent to this form. You will see checkboxes for the concerns, such as allergies to food, bees, medications, asthma, diabetes, and so on. If any of these boxes are checked, you'll need to make sure that you fill in any of the additional information boxes that you see listed. The same applies for explanations. If they carry EpiPens, require inhalers, or insulin, and then explanations of the type of reactions and items that pertain to these checkboxes. If you have any other medication-related information, you can list it here. Click Save to continue. The non-prescription medication form is authorizing the use of non-prescription meds only during school hours. If you need doctor-prescribed medications, you will need to make sure that you fill out an actual form, get it signed by your doctor, and return to school. If your child has any medication-related allergies, please list them here. By initialing in each box, you authorize that it's okay for your child to take these medications during school hours. If there are other medications you wish to send with your child that are of non-prescription quality, then list them here. Sign the form at the bottom by putting in your full name and hit the Save button to continue. The Technology Acceptable Use Policy authorizes your child to use our school network for class-related projects and research. The information listed here is just brief explanations of what the full acceptable use policy covers. If you wish to see the full acceptable use policy, please visit the school website. Please make sure that you fill in your student's full name and the guardian parent full name here. If either one of these boxes is not filled in, your child will not be able to use the school network. Click Save to continue. You now can pay your school fees online. Listed are all of the registration and course fees that apply to your child. By checking the boxes for each fee and entering your pay amounts, you can then pay your fees using a credit card. If you have any additional charges that you wish to add to your child, you can click the Add Charges button. Clicking the Add Charges button takes you to a screen where you can add things to your cart, such as gym shirts, gym shorts, flash drives, and athletic passes. Just want to see any additional items that you wish to pay for. When you click Add, you're taken back to the screen where you will see any additional fees listed and totaled into your cart. You can keep clicking Add Charges to add additional charges. When you are completed, you can click the Pay with RevTrak button to continue on to the next step. When you pay your fees, you're paying them using our RevTrak engine, which is 100% safe and secure. Review your total and click Go to Checkout to continue on using the RevTrak engine. After you have completed paying your fees, you can close the RevTrak engine to take you back to the online registration steps. Verify that every step is completed, and when you are done, click the final step, Complete Registration for Child's Name, to 100% complete the online registration process. If you do not hit this button, your online registration is not complete. After hitting this button, you will receive an email notification to verify that you have completed online registration. You will also be required to print off this form, which also comes in that email. This form is a hard copy form that we will need on record to verify that all of the online forms you filled out are accurate. Sign this form with your printed name and signature and date, as well as having your child do the same. This concludes the video tutorial.